Now, can you believe it's 14 years ago that 3-year-old Madeleine McCann disappeared from a holiday resort in Praia de Luz in Portugal? Ever since, the world has wondered what happened to her. And over the years, developments continue to happen in the case. One man that has been investigating ever since she disappeared is Jon Clarke, and he joins us now. Hello to you, Jon. Thanks for joining us on the programme. I know that you've written a book, My Search for Madeleine. You were one of the first journalists on the scene at the time. Do you think, first of all, that she might still be alive?
Morning, Kay. It's nice to see you again. I would say there's a chance that she's still alive. And I know the Germans have called this a murder inquiry, but I'm going to stick with Operation Grange and say it's a missing persons inquiry still.
OK. Take us back to 2007.
Well, I got a very early call at goodness knows what time, probably around 6:30 in Spain, and that would have been about 5:30 in Portugal. And I, as it, often the way, jump in the car very quickly and just got on the road. I was told there was a girl had gone missing in Portugal, in fact, in the Algarve, in a place I'd never heard of called Praia de Luz. And I expected her to be found by the time I actually got there. Obviously, as you know, that hasn't happened. But when I first got there, it was quite clear that it was fairly haphazard, the search operation. And I think you've seen a photograph there that I took of the very flimsy, not this one you're looking at now, but another one of the gate. I was able to walk up the steps and actually pop in and even introduce myself, that's the one, to the family. And I didn't have a long chat with them just to say hello, because they were actually due to go off to report a missing persons case at the police station. So I just said, look, I'll do everything I can to help. I'm here for the Mail and various other broad newspapers, and just got on with my job, as I always have done.
What do you think happened to her?
Well, I think it's fairly apparent, and I've always thought this from the beginning. It looked very much like a snatch from either a lone or a paedophile gang to order that had been studying the apartment. I think, having looked at this case now for 14 years, as you say, it looks to me like there were people watching the apartment and monitoring her when she was there. I think in my book, I point out 2 blonde-haired guys who were seen literally an hour or two before she went missing on a balcony below or nearby, very near the apartment. And nobody's ever come forward and worked out who these 2 men were. They were seen by various people. I believe one of those was Christian Bruckner, who is now the current prime suspect in the case. And as of June last year, it's been a kind of mad scramble to understand, what he was doing there and how he was able to live there for 7 years when he'd been convicted twice of child pornography and indeed of molesting children in Germany, and had many, many other cases against him. In fact, I've traced 19 different convictions against him in my book. And he was able to live for 7 years in Praia de Luz, just less than a kilometre from the Ocean Club. Somehow the police didn't think he would be of interest to arrest and question.
Of course, he denies the allegations, presently in prison for other offences in Germany. Do you think we will ever know, we'll ever discover what happened to her?
I strongly believe that the German police have a very good case against Christian Bruckner, or Christian B, how you want to call him. And they've been working on this since 2017, quietly behind the scenes, the German police, the BKA. And it was only in 2018 that the prosecutor got involved and they felt there was a very good case to prosecute. They worked behind the scenes for 2 more years, that's 3 years in total, piecing together how do you put it? It's all the evidence they need to bring a successful prosecution against him. In the meantime, we mustn't forget that he was also being probed on many other cases, including the rape of a 72-year-old woman in Praia de Luz just 2 years before Maddie went missing. And he's now been convicted of that and has been given 7.5 years in prison. That's been ratified. He won't get out for 4 years. So the police have plenty of time to further probe him on other cases. There's been a horrible rape of Hazel Behan that you spoke to exclusively at Sky News, Irish girl in 2004, very near, same police force, the same PJ department in Portimao that investigated, and they've never solved the case.
We're going to have to leave it there, but it's always great to talk to you, Jon. Thanks for taking the time this morning. Good luck with the book. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Kate.
Thanks a lot.